Hey, welcome to the Christian Karate Club. My name is Spencer. I'm the founder of the Christian Karate Club, and I wanted to take a moment today and explain to you what we are and honestly what we are not. And so we'll start there. Let's talk about what we are not. Christian Karate Club is not simply a traditional martial arts program with a Bible verse attached to each technique. We're not repackaging martial arts and selling it as a Christian art. From the very ground up, Christian Karate Club and Shinja Kempo Karate is established as a discipleship journey. Each belt rank represents another stage in the Christian discipleship journey. And so as we move through each belt rank, we're moving through another discipleship topic along this journey. For instance, in white belt, we wrestle with topics and concepts like who is God? What is the Bible? Who is Jesus? And how can we trust the Bible? And then we'll move on to God's law and how it shapes us as a person and how it helps us show God's glory to the world around us. From there, we might even talk about our royal Christian identity. And so each belt rank moves us through the phases of Christian discipleship until the culminating event. A black belt in our system here is not simply achieving a physical goal, but they're achieving a spiritual goal where they become ready to share what they've learned with the world around them. They become ready to be disciple makers, to fulfill the Great Commission through the discipline of martial arts. And so speaking of discipline, our theme verse here is 1 Corinthians 9:24 through 27, and it says, "Don't you realize that in a race everybody runs, but only one person gets the prize? So run to win. All athletes are disciplined in their training, and they do it to win a prize that will fade away, but we do it for an eternal prize. So I run with purpose in every step. I'm not just shadowboxing. I discipline my body like an athlete, training it to do what it should. Otherwise, I fear that after preaching to others, I myself might be disqualified." And so what this means to us is discipline is part of the discipleship journey. There is a deep connection between the spiritual training and the physical training. The more I train my body to listen to my mind, the more I'm able to start training my mind to listen to the Spirit. If we never get out of our way to do hard things physically, when God looks at us and says, "Hey, I need you to go do this thing for me," how likely are we to get out of our own way to accomplish that mission that God has given us? In many ways, as we train our bodies to endure and to be able to do hard things, we develop a mental capacity to do hard things, which then turns into a spiritual capacity to listen to God, even when God's answer might be tough. One of the other aspects I love about this verse is that Paul says he's not just shadowboxing. It means he has an enemy on the end of those punches. He has an opponent, and that opponent many times is our flesh. The more that we teach our flesh to submit to our mind and our minds to submit to the Spirit, the more we can truly live our testimony and bring glory to God. One of the other things I love about martial arts is that it's one of those physical disciplines that is incredibly complex. You have to think about your body alignment, your stances, your footwork, even your handwork, how you line up your wrist to even back the punch with more strength and stability. Every one of those things matters, and that starts transitioning into how we live our lives to back our lives with spiritual strength and stability. And so when we start looking at this physical training and start looking at the holistic training of the body, the mind, and the soul, we start having a full understanding of what Paul meant by disciplining our bodies so that we could do what was right and live our true testimony. It starts with a beautiful self-awareness that really comes from a lot of the training here in karate.